Belen moves up the ranks, seniors get one step closer to college life, and the freshman class builds on their brotherhood. WBLN News starts right now. Hey Wolverines, here's your news for this week. Belen has been on a roll. According to Niche, Belen for the second year in a row is the #1 best all-boys high school in Florida, as well as #4 in sports for Florida. Reaching the national level, Belen is one of the top 50 for all-boys high schools in America out of 200, and top 70 for best Catholic high schools in America out of 1,500.
Well, being named the best all-boys school in the state of Florida is it's a huge honor, but it's also a recognition for what we've been doing now for several years. It's a lot of congratulatory remarks have to be given to the administration, to the faculty, to the staff, to the parents, to the alumni that makes the Belen community what it is. And I think it's just an affirmation of all the work that we've been doing, all the hard work that we've been doing, because we strive to do that. We strive to be the best all-boy school in the state of Florida. Not just the best all-boy Catholic school, but the best all-boy school in the state of Florida.
With senior year moving at a rapid pace, seniors are swamped in college applications and test scores, and COVID isn't helping. We go to Ferreiro for more on this story.
2020 has caused change in the college world and the normal flow of things. One aspect in particular, college applications. The application process is typically stressful enough, but with the pandemic, students have been obstructed with testing centers being closed and some schools turning into test optional. Testing scores are an essential part of the application process, and the pandemic has made it nothing short of difficult.
The whole process of applying to college, there's naturally a lot of anxiety that comes with that process, and that process itself is already overwhelming. So once COVID came over to the US and started affecting the testing aspect of the college process, I think that added a lot more stress to students in terms of figuring out, okay, am I going to be able to test? When can I test? Where can I test? Do I have to go somewhere else to test? So when school started adopting these test optional policies, I thought it was a great thing, because that's always something that's really anxiety inducing for students, the testing aspect. And a lot of testing is outside of a student's control. You can't always control whether or not you're a good test taker. Whereas grades, that's something that you have more control over. One of the things that I've noticed and we've realized here in this office is how much hand-holding we do through this process. And we find that there's more people with questions or maybe not knowing what to do. And it's not as easy to connect with students as we normally would, because in the past we could just go pull a student out of class or find someone in the hallway and say, hey, we need to cover XYZ. Now with students at home, we're limited in how we can access students. Coming in for a quick question is no longer a thing, because you can only come into our office with an appointment. So we've had to rely a lot on Zoom, which I know people are tired of Zoom and being online, so that makes it tough. But I definitely think not having the ability to physically interact with a student in person and go through this process entirely in person has made it more challenging, because it's put the onus on the student, and that we realize has given us a little bit more work to do, in the sense of making sure that you guys are doing XYZ and trusting that you're doing XYZ, instead of just being able to go find you, bring a student into my office and make sure that XYZ gets done.
College counselors are assisting as much as they possibly can with the meetings, whether virtual or not, and applications labs that give step-by-step instruction of how to complete applications. Overall, they have made a difficult situation easier to handle to help cap off senior year.
In this awkward year, grade activities have been difficult, but Mr. Jordan has gotten it done. We go to Manny Rodriguez for more.
On Wednesday, the freshman class had the opportunity to participate in this year's first grade level field day.
Freshmen last year had a Wolverine weekend where we went up to a cabin in the middle of Orlando, and we had an orientation kind of day, for fun with the freshmen. We couldn't do that this year, so we had to get creative, and this is what we came up with. The activities that we have, ultimate frisbee, flag football, futbolito, kickball, trivia, video games, those allow for you to be spread out. It also allows for you not to be in constant contact with someone else. So again, looking at the CDC guidelines, looking at what Dade County says, and we're following and creating activities along those guidelines.
I think field day went pretty good today. I had a lot of fun with my friends. For being the first field day of the year, I think it went pretty smooth. And also another reason why it was pretty fun was because last year our class missed a lot of the 8th grade activities that we were supposed to do. So this was nice. My favorite activity today was definitely the kickball, because it's a sport I don't usually play, and I had a lot of fun playing it, especially with people that I don't normally hang out with. And we also won, so it's pretty fun.
As far as using it for other grades, it's possible, but we have to see what we do. Once again, once we determine how this went, how this was able to go, we're able to look at the other grades and first identify which grades we would do it with. And then secondly, see how we can make it happen with everything that we want to do.
Overall, the day was a great opportunity to build community between the new members of the freshman class and the old, and all students should be excited for more events like this to come. For WBLN,
attention everyone, Junior Michael Modine needs your help. He's holding a diaper and powdered formula drive to help the Lotus House, a women's shelter located in Overtown. Donations can be left in the library as early as 7:45 a.m. every day. The drive will go on until October 27th. For more information, or if you have any questions, you can reach out to Michael at mmodine22@belenwolverines.org.
Hey Wolverines, here are your sports of the week. The varsity bowling team won against Hialeah Educational Academy this Monday and won by a whopping 7 points. The soccer trials for JV will be held Tuesday, October 20th at 4 and Thursday, October 22nd at 4. And for varsity, Monday, October 19th at 4 and Wednesday, October 21st at 4. The middle school football team will be competing against Florida Christian this Thursday. Dolphins won against the 49ers, and they showed up to Levi Stadium and made a statement, winning 43-17. The Miami Heat made a glorious playoff run, but came up short in Game 6 to LeBron James and the Lakers, even with Adebayo's 25 points and Butler's 12. The Miami Marlins, after a heck of a season with a playoff appearance for the first time in 17 years, but sadly, their hopes were shut as the Braves swept them 3-0. Now, back to casa at the desk.
Thank you, Federo. Make sure to follow us on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. From all of us here, stay safe and stay golden, Wolverines.